It's Wednesday, July 26th. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-minute fix. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today was the public hearing for the whistleblower David Grusch and his UFO allegations. If you don't recall, about a month ago or so, I made a video talking about this and the claims that he made that the US government and countries abroad had possession or have possession of craft that is not of this planet's origin. Now, we're going to come along with a quick little article here, or at least read a bit of it, and there's some video to go along with that, so let's get into it. Okay, so this article is titled 5 Key Takeaways from the Congressional Hearing on UFOs. Like I said, there are a few videos to go along with this, so I'm going to read just a few snippets of this. We're going to try to keep this to 5 minutes. Obviously, this is a 5-minute fix. And watch some of these videos involving some of the questions that were asked by the Congress people running this hearing. This article is from Newsweek. 3 witnesses testified in front of Congress on Wednesday about unidentified aerial phenomena, something like a phenomena, UAP, all saying that such phenomena pose a risk to national security and that no such mechanism exists for properly reporting such information to government agencies. The House Oversight Committee on National Security, the Border, and Foreign Affairs heard from 3 witnesses who have claimed to have had repeated inexplicable encounters: David Fravor, an ex-Navy commander; David Grusch, a former U.S. intelligence officer; and Ryan Graves, a former Navy fighter pilot. Aside from concerns to the public and service personnel, 2 of the 3 witnesses, Graves and Grusch, warned of retaliatory measures to individuals like themselves who are coming forward with their testimony. Representative Tim Burchett, a Tennessee Republican, has been one of the more outspoken members of Congress advocating for the public interest of this previously clandestine top secret information. He acknowledged a particular lack of photographic evidence prior to the hearing, while adding that it was obviously some crafts that were not of this world and not known by American allies or enemies. Quote, "We need to tell the folks at the Pentagon they work for us. We don't work for them. We're going to uncover the cover-up," Burchett said in his opening statement. He added that reports dating back to 1969, of the U.S. military, saying that UFOs pose no threat to national security and are not worthy of further study, are among the biggest understatements of the decade.
But also, finally, I'd like to thank these 3 brave witnesses here. They took an oath. They took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and dadgummit, they're doing it. And we owe them a debt of gratitude. These folks, they've got nothing to gain from this, and I think you're going to find out that they've endured quite a few slings and arrows. We need to remember them in our prayers and their families. And I'm thankful to them for their honest testimonies. They have done interviews and appeared in documentaries like Accidental Truth to get their stories out there, and now they are all here to testify under oath for Congress. It's been so difficult to get here today. I've said, in the Baptist church, we'd say that the devil's in our way, and the devil has been in our way through this thing. We've run into roadblocks from members, from the intelligence community, the Pentagon. I proposed legislation to go in the FAA reauthorization that just said if an airline pilot has a sighting, that when he makes that report to the FAA, that it would come to Congress. But I was told that the intelligence community did not like that, and the amendment was not even heard in committee. I think it's time for this country to take back our country. We need to tell the folks at the Pentagon they work for us. Dadgummit, we don't work for them. We're not bringing little green men or flying saucers into the hearing. Sorry to disappoint about half y'all. We're just going to get to the facts. We're going to uncover the cover-up.
The opening statements wasted no time in establishing the tone and personal experiences. Grusch warned members and the American people of the U.S. government operating with secrecy above congressional oversight as it pertains to UAPs. He told members that they could not publicly share many concerns related to them due to the sensitive material and fears of retribution on behalf of the intelligence community. The U.S. Air Force veteran who previously worked at the National Reconnaissance Office has become a whistleblower due to what he described as concerning reports from multiple esteemed and credentialed current and former military and intelligence community officials regarding the alleged secret UFO program. Fravor spoke of his and fellow naval pilots' experience now known as the Tic Tac incident from 2004, in which off the coast of San Diego, they observed a white Tic Tac shaped object with the longitudinal axis pointing north and south and moving very abruptly over the white water. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any visible flight control surfaces like wings. The witnesses dropped significant bombshells, including claims knowledge of the non-human life going back as far as the 1930s. Fravor, whose Tic Tac encounter was the only such incident he was personally involved with, said the aircraft's technology was better than anything he's ever seen, adding that it could reverse engineer and there's nothing we could do about it. Grusch was asked if he was aware of anybody being murdered in association with the visualization or uncovering of these UAPs or other extraterrestrial life.
For any of your testimony or anything along these lines?
Yeah,
I have to be careful what I say in detail because there is an open whistleblower reprisal investigation on my behalf, and I don't want to compromise that investigation by providing anything that may help provide somebody information. But it was very brutal and very unfortunate, some of the tactics they used to hurt me both professionally and personally, to be quite frank. Yeah.
It's very unfortunate. As they say, when you're over the target, that's when they do the most firing at you. Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes.
Have anyone been murdered that you would think, that you know of or have heard of, I guess?
I have to be careful asking that question. I directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities.
Maybe in a we could get in a confidential area, a skiff, we could talk about that. But unfortunately, we were denied access to the skiff, and that's very unfortunate in this scenario.
The whistleblower later claimed that the U.S. government discovered non-human intelligent life in the 1930s.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation, I would have to talk to you in a skiff.
All right, guys. So there you have it. It's a little bit of an update on something that I touched on about a month ago or so when this story was first came out, when David Grusch first made that whistleblower complaint. As always, I will have all the links to not only these articles, I'll try to find a link to the full hearing that took place today. Now, to be fair, just because he's under oath saying these things doesn't mean that it's true. It just means that he's willing to put his life on the line, essentially, saying that I will go to jail if you think that I'm lying, because he's telling the truth. So it'll definitely be interesting to see where things move forward from here and what kind of information comes out, not only in the US, but around the world as well. Because I imagine, other countries might start to feel the pressure of the same kind of situation, or at least the company or countries involved with the United States in this venture will start to feel the pressure from perhaps their own localities, and maybe we'll get some more information that way. But until then, thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-Minute Fix.